Hello everybody and welcome back. It is Jeff again coming to you from the Mindcrack server. And oh man, you guys ever been so tired you felt like you were drunk? I mean, that's the state that I'm in right now, and I will tell you exactly why. I told you I'm taking this rescue tech class for the fire department. Whoa, that was scary. This fast beacon makes things extremely scary out here. But I told you I'm taking this rescue tech class through the fire department. Oh, this is all supposed to be the other brick, wasn't it? And it unfortunately is, 8 hours, multiple days of the week, but it happens to coincide with some days that I work, and I had to work last night, the night shift, as well as I went to class, and I was in class from 8 a.m. until 4 o'clock. So I just got home actually a little bit ago. So I've been up for over 24 hours at this point, and am slightly, what you say, tired right now. So I think I was supposed to have, this is a 4-wide window, but for now we'll do that. So I just got home from the class, and I wanted to make sure I recorded this episode to get posted this evening, which will happen, but it doesn't stop it from making me extremely sleepy. Oh my god, I almost just walked off the edge. That would have been bad. What do I have on the bottom here? It's these stone, not pressure plates, stone slabs, which I have plenty of, but I need to get a couple at least in here. I'm trying to fix up some of this area because some people have been saying they're bothered by the fact that it's not finished, and it's been bothering me as well. I just hadn't gotten around to going through and putting this all together. And get you out of here. You're not mine. You don't belong. You don't belong either. There we go. Make this all look like mine from the outside. There we go. And then dirt here in the middle. And this should now once again look exactly like I want it to. I don't know if I actually need the grass in here. Which actually this could probably change now since the whole scheme has changed from, well, I guess the whole scheme hasn't changed from grass. If I do this, however, I do need to break this, and that, just so the grass starts to spread, and then once it spreads I can put that block back here. So this area has now been finished up, which is great, but I want to go over and check out the beach house. Since I can't do anything that involves much skill right now, I'm a little bit too tired for anything involving too much skill. So we're gonna go over here to the beach area and just check out what it looks like. I haven't been here in a while to do anything major, and see what we were thinking about doing. I hadn't quite decided. I know I talked to you guys about it, but I hadn't quite decided on this pattern for the dock to have. The ambulance is still here, amazingly. It is still lasting. How low did I want to take these? I want this dock to be relatively long, and then even probably turn out to the side one of these directions. So let's see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 in between here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So starting about here, there would be another one. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. So right here would be another one. See if I can get out of this water. I thought I was getting out of the water. There we go. I made it out of the water. Yeah, so I apologize if my commentary is completely off because oh, this is going to be brutal. I should have brought an axe, which I probably have one over in that chest, but now I've committed to this block. I'm under the impression that when you commit to something, you finish it. And I will finish this. I hope. Oh, we're finishing. I think I'm finishing. Okay. Abort. Abort, abort. not finishing that apparently. I am wrong, guys. So when you commit to something, you can stop it anytime you want. I'm just here to tell you that. Stop it anytime you want to stop. Let me look and see. There's an axe. Thank God I have an axe. I probably have wood planks all around this baby somewhere. I have some wood planks. I don't have too many, actually, but I can make a bunch more. I've got birch wood. I've got regular wood. We are going to make some planks because I'm going to make this bridge. Or excuse me, this dock, and we're going to make it look amazing. There we go. So I got a lot of stuff in here. Let's take the axe. It probably should be wider, actually. I'm going to make it look that amazing. Well, no. I want it to have juts off the side. So I think 4 wide is fine for a base. And then we'll also give it some, thank you, some jutting areas. Oh, come on. One more. There we go. So we'll do this on each side with... There's actually one pillar too high, but that's okay. I think I'm going to get one more. 1, 2, 3, 4. So right there. And again, I still don't know what I'm going to have the center look like. So this is just going to be the base of it for now. Just something different that I can actually work on. This thing takes forever in the water, even with an axe, huh? Good lord. Oh my god. Okay. Is it still maintaining that damage? It started over again, but I'm curious on something now. Does it maintain the damage look to it when you stop? Nope, that was just a fluke. I am curious, though, since it's a half slab and I'm technically in the air right now, does this make it go fast? Oh, it does. Nice. That was interesting. I didn't know that that was the case, but you learn something new every day when you play this game. Why can't I put this? Oh, because the half slab wants to be... Okay, so that's not going to work at all. And, of course, that was down one too far. Okay, so if I have my dock going out this direction... I'll just do that for the sake of being equal. There we go. Okay, so if I bring the dock out as far as this, and then I need it to turn, have little offshoots in all of these areas. Because what I want it to be is I want it to have an area where I can have... Do I just want all of these to go out? No, I should do every other one should kind of expand out. You know, that's huge. What if I just did 2s? Each one of these ones where it goes out is a 2 with a border of... Shoot. There we go. Take a look at how this is going to look. Did that really just go away? Oh my god. That air bubble thingy just went away. Those pockets that you know it's like an underground railroad shaft. I did something on top of it and it actually disappeared. So we can do that to at least blend in the corner. Or I could do a weird stair thing to give it an edge here. Let me go get the stairs. Yeah, I'm not really sure what the plan is to do out here. I'm just kind of working on it because it was something relatively simplistic that I could come work on in my state of mind while just throwing some blocks down. I was going to tell some type of random story, but unfortunately, even the storytelling gets difficult when you're really tired. Sometimes the stories just flow way easier because you're tired. You're just like, oh, talk about whatever comes to mind. Like, I'm one of those people. I'm a talker. I will just talk about anything. You know that. You know that about me by now. Otherwise, you are brand new to the channel, or maybe I'm just coming across completely wrong. But yeah, I can pretty much, kind of talk about anything that's on my mind at any time. Oh crap, I didn't even think about that. I can talk about anything that's on my mind at like any given time, and unfortunately sometimes things don't become on your mind as much as you think or wish that they would. Oh, that looks actually cool. They surround all these pillars the whole way around. Well, then it's going to make the deck like super small. I would have to make the deck way bigger to make this work. Let me see. So stairs are a block that you can't always crouch on properly. Or you fall off the outside of it. Okay, I'm curious on something. Oh my god, I can't control buttons right now. There we go. Okay, we got up here. If I were to break this and break this. Now, those would be interesting end caps. If I were to make the dock wider, it would end up getting super wide because of these things. I could put, I don't know if I like the way that looks at all, actually. I was going to use these as these end caps just for here, but I don't even know if this is something that's going to, to work out well at all. Okay, but while I'm thinking about this, there's been... So the longest I've ever stayed up in a row. This comes nowhere close to the longest amount of time I've ever stayed up. I'm actually out of stairs if I want to play with them some more. Once when I was in college, I mean, I've been in a lot of college, but when I was doing my master's degree, actually, because I did the radio show at the time with my buddy Mark, who I do the podcast with. By the way, if you haven't checked out the podcast, this week, a lot of people seem to like it because we started talking about just normal guy things like shaving your manhood, to with clippers or with a razor, things like that. That's what we talked about this week. So if you like hearing guys talk about random man things, then yeah, go listen to it. It's a funny listen. We enjoyed ourselves. We had a good time talking about it. But anyways, back before Mark and I were doing the show, and I was working at McDonald's while going to college, taking my master's degree courses because I couldn't find a job with my undergraduate degree. So I was master's degreeing it up while working at McDonald's, trying to make a living, make ends meet, and all that stuff. And I had volunteered for, I'm trying to remember if I volunteered for something with McDonald's, actually. That was, I worked a night shift, but then I went home for about 3 hours and then had to go back to McDonald's, and it was specifically to go to, they were doing some festival or some parade at the high school that was across the street. And we were there as sponsors since, McDonald's was sponsoring it and our specific franchise was sponsoring it since we were right there across the street. And I remember I got hooked on it because I got to wear a coffee jetpack when I was there, is what they told me. And what they did is basically they took one of those like canteens that you have that you can wear on your back. You see the people, the old school like firefighters or whatever you'd see wearing. I mean old school, like way old school. It's like basically a big metal container on your back and you got a little spray hose that goes to the front. Oh, it's like insecticides. People who like spray pesticides and insecticides and things like that. Those type of containers. But it was a big metal one for coffee. And you put a bunch of coffee in there and you pumped it up, and I literally you pumped it up with air, and I had a hose that came out to my hand, and I had a sleeve of cups on the left side of me. So I don't know if you can picture what I'm doing right now, but imagine where this piece of wood is I had a hose in this hand, and if I had a left hand in this game, I had nothing in the hand, but on my back on that side was a sleeve of cups. So I just walked around to random people and I was like, would you like some coffee? And they'd be like, I don't have a cup. And I'd be like, whoosh, and I'd pull out the cup with my left hand and I'd be like, start filling it up with my right hand right there. And I just like handed it to them. And I just did all the motions that I would do. But you guys can't see it since there's no webcam or anything going on, obviously. So it's right now. I just like showed you in my room. I'm sitting here and I was just like, whoosh, whoosh, and I just did it again. And you guys have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. But it's funny, especially when it happens to you right in front of you and you're not expecting what's about to happen. For one, nobody knew I was wearing like this thing on my back is full of coffee. They would never think that, oh, I'm carrying around a coffee, like I got a coffee jetpack on my back, so let's all of a sudden some guy's gonna ask me for coffee and just give me a cup and start filling it up from his hand. That's not gonna happen. Like, there's no hose from this man's hand that gives me coffee. But they were wrong. There was a hose from my hand that gave them coffee. So I really wanted to do it because I thought it would be awesome. I thought it'd be fun, and it was awesome and fun. So I went back and did that for a couple hours after I got out of work. But I had a 3-hour break in between, and I didn't want to sleep for that 3-hour break, because if you ever just go to sleep when you have like 2 or 3 hours to kill, after you're super tired and should be going to sleep anyway, you don't want to get back up and go back to what you were doing. I knew I would fall asleep and not want to go back. So what I did instead was I started doing some of my homework for my college classes, and I did this homework. And it took me about 2 or 3 hours, and then when I was done, I went over to the school and assisted with this McDonald's thing. Now, right after that was done, I had to go meet Mark up at the school because it was time for us to do our radio show. So I went and did the radio show with Mark, and I remember not thinking I would know what I was saying at all. Like, I would make absolutely no sense because I was like delirious at this point. I'm relatively delirious now, but that was even more hours of no sleep, because we're talking I was probably on at that point 36 hours without sleep, like straight. And we did the radio show, which we actually listened to later, and it sounded really, really good, amazingly. I don't quite know how it sounded as good as it did, but I sounded coherent completely. Like, I actually sounded very articulate. Hi, buddy. I don't know where you came from. I was very articulate somehow. I don't know how that happened. Maybe I'm being very articulate right now. I have absolutely no idea, because to me it sounds like absolute gibberish. But after that, it was a Thursday night, and on Thursday nights back at this point is when a group of us always got together and went out to the bar. And you know what? I will tell you, that's something I miss. I miss having a night where I go hang out with my friends. Every night. It was always known, like, Thursday nights, guys, don't make plans. If you don't make any other plans if you can avoid it. That's gonna be our night. We're all gonna get together. We're gonna hang out at the bar. Not only did the bar have dollar pitchers this night, so it was awesome, but it was just the night that we got together and we started bringing our work friends and stuff into it, and it became a really big thing for probably about 2 years. It was a really consistent thing for pretty much all of us to ensure that we got together. Hi, Guude. And it's something I don't have out here, because for one, I'm part of the problem for that, because my schedule is the one that doesn't allow me to do that with a lot of people anymore, because unfortunately I got the one that's crazy. But also my close friends aren't around here anymore. It's really sad. My close friends are not back in Michigan either. They are just kind of all over the place, because that's what happens when you grow up. That being said, it was a Thursday, and we were supposed to go meet all these people at the bar, and in like 2 or 3 hours after we did the show. And I was like, guys, I am so tired. I am running on absolutely nothing. There's no way I can meet you guys at the bar to watch this. And they were like, oh, whatever, you always tell us not to make plans, you should come. And I was like, no, seriously, there's no way that I can come. So I laid down and tried to go to sleep instead. And you get to a point at some time when you're too tired to sleep. It doesn't sound like it makes sense, but have you ever been there? Because I have a few times in my life, and it's crazy, but it's true. It happens. You can be too tired to sleep. And I laid in bed for probably an hour and a half, tossing and turning, thinking that there was no possible way that I should not be able to sleep right now because I am just delirious. All I wanted to do for the past like 18 hours straight was sleep, and now that I have the opportunity, I can't. I'm just wide awake, sitting in bed, unable to do anything else except sit there because I just cannot sleep. So I got up and I went and I met everybody up at the bar and we had a good time, hung out. I probably didn't hang out for as long as I normally would have because I finally did get tired and go home and managed to fall asleep and probably slept for like 16 hours straight. People say you can't catch up on sleep that you missed, like people who, sleep in like late on the weekends. You get up every day for school when you're in high school, when you're in college, because you have classes at 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning. And on the weekends, you stay up like an hour or two later than you normally do during the school week, but you sleep in like 6 more hours. And everybody's like, oh, get up, you're wasting your time. And you're like, oh, I'm making up for all that sleep I lost. People claim that you can't make up for that sleep. I think you can. Really, you probably can't, but I think you can. So therefore, my mind tells me I'm making up for that sleep. So I do. I often will sleep in late super late when I've gone for a long time without having good sleep. But either way, I think that stretch ran for probably 48 hours, maybe more like 50 hours, and that was crazy. I'm only sitting on like 24 or something right now, so it's not anything big deal and craziness that I'm dealing with at the present moment. I thought I had stone. I must have put it away, but let me get the polished andesite back in where it's supposed to go. Right there. And I'm missing a stone. I guess I got a stone here I can use, and I will, to fill this in. And also, before I end this episode of craziness, somebody told me that there's a step over, that there's something over here that is wrong. I don't know what to tell you guys. I just don't see it. I don't see it anywhere. All these are absolutely right. There's obviously not one of these wrong. There's no possible way one of these is wrong. Not possible. So, the other thing that people tell me that is messed up over here is they claim that it really bothers them because underneath this is a hole. I don't know what they're talking about, but it looks perfectly right to me as well. So I don't know what people actually want me to do. Because everything's accurate here. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.